おい、権次どん、お前、親戚におめでたがあるから今日一日お暇いただきますって言ったのはいいがな、こんなにおめえ遅く帰ってくるとは思わなかったよ。おめえが一人いねえってと困らな、他の若い衆が急に忙しくなっちまって。どうも申し訳ございませんでした。早く帰ろうと思ったんですがね、この雨でござしたんでね、どうも手間取っちまいまして、申し訳ございませんでした。自分の部屋に戻ってきた権次が、嫌な殺生したい。思い出しただけで寒気がするが、気のせいかな、それともはばかり行きたくなったのかな。よし、立ち上がりますと言うとそのまんまはばかり。こういったような女郎屋の便所ですから、あんまり賑やかなところにはないんで、廊下の外れ薄っ暗いところをひょいっと曲がった場所だ。商売が商売ですから3つこう並んでいる。その真ん中の一つ、取って手かけて開けようとした途端に中からこら、どうもすいません、失礼しました。それじゃってんで一番手前の戸に手をかけた途端にこれはどうもすいません。おいらんかご新造衆でござんすか。どうも申し訳ございません、失礼いたしました。とって一番外れの接近に手かけた途端に中からまた
Oh, what's up, guys? Hello, gamers. Fellow gamers, I have arrived. Because as you know, I'm a massive high-maintenance prima donna, and it takes me forever to get ready for stream. I'm sorry, I don't know why I pressed the button twice. What's up, She? What's up, Dave? What's up, Kendor? How you guys doing? Okay. Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? Oh god, what happened? Dog sitting. Nice, nice. There we go. It annoys me, dude. It's so tough to, like, get it where the fuck it needs to be. Oh god. Just got out of the shower. Always love taking a cold shower before the stream. It's like part of my preparation ritual at this point, you know? Love it. Vibing and dog sitting. That sounds like a good ass Sunday. Oh, why is my shit so loud still? That'll work. Yeah, so not surprisingly, YOLO is now in possession of my clip, which, you know, I knew that it was going to happen, but it was just funny the way that it happened exactly like I predicted it would. Okay? That part was just rich. It was just fucking rich. It was classic. And it was expected. Okay, it was very expected. But I don't hide from sus clips. In fact, I let Doc make compilations of them. Because I have no shame. I said what I said. It's for content purposes only. It's for comedic purposes only. There's no serious intention behind any of it. Real ones know what the fuck is up. Now, are people going to make assumptions? Are they going to make assumptions left and right? Absolutely. But you know what? That's not my problem. I know the truth. Now it's time to end this. What, for 200k points? Will I dance to Stomp to My Beat on stream? What even is that? You know what? I'm just going to say no. Not for channel points. If you want to make me dance, it would have to be via another method. Okay? Let's just get that out there. What about us 3001 enjoyers? Oh shit, speaking of that, let me get your points back. My god, there's so many Trump. There's so many Donald J. Trump TTS redeems you guys have done. You don't want the points, you want the redeem. Oh my god. Oh my Lanta, Dave. Dave, here's what you are. You're an instigator. That's what you are, dude. You clip me at my lowest moment, run over to YOLO's stream at high speed and say, I have a clip for you, bucko. You link it, he plays it, hilarity ensues. My reputation is destroyed. Yeah, right? Yeah, Dave wants me to play a game called 3001, A MILF Odyssey. He demands it. So for anybody that doesn't know the lore, I'm game sharing with my dad's account, okay? Unfortunately, my dad has proven himself to be a gooner. And the reason why we know that is because if we look at my shared games with him, there are some pornographic material is present in his game list, okay? And I'm gonna prove that right now. Oh shit. Oh god. It looks terrible. I gotta put my shit back. Oh my god, dude. There we go. Now let's put it back where it belongs. Put it right here. Look at that. Get my clip in hand warmed up. No, dude. Enough, dude. No. He's warming up that wrist. You gotta clip it, dude. Actually, fuck it. Anyways, so what I was gonna show. From the library of Not Fucking Me. This is not my account. Not me. Okay? When it says from the library of, it means it is not yours. I just want to point that the fuck out. But yes, indeed. This game is in here. I have played 0 hours. I've unlocked 0 achievements. I'm not gonna fucking ask him, dude, because it's awkward as shit. He probably doesn't even know that I can see this. Nor have I ever brought it up. No, not... Oh my god. It's already spiraling downward since I just... Dude, listen. I clicked the button. That's all I did. All I did was click the button. Oh shit, I think my... Hold on. My mic wasn't... I noticed something was off about my gain, and I had to reseat the USB cable. Anyways, so my mic was like unfiltered. It was way too loud. John is here to bear witness to the debauchery. No. Okay. Now I gotta go into this long diatribe. You know, John and Dave, you remember because you were on commentary that day. Do you remember when Fuji ducked me twice, both times, because he said he was on a date? You remember that? Very weird. Clips ahoy. He's gonna wait. He's gonna make sure that he does not clip the part where I say it's not in my library, even though it's blatantly on screen that it's not my library. Jesus. I'm gonna be explaining context until the end of time. I went over to YOLO stream and the clip of the shit that I said last time. I was explaining that right after that. I said, there you go, YOLO, there's your clip. And Dave said, all context will be shot down and chastised until the end of time. There will never be allowed to be an ounce of context here. Go fuck yourself. Let's see. I gotta find... Where the hell is Dave's redemption anyway? He lost 100k points because he decided he wanted to troll me. I already gave your points back, dude. They're not even in here. Oh, there it is. There you go. You got your points back. Now I'm going to mark all the rest of these as complete because they're just degenerate TTS spam. Diminished, admonished, disregarded, besmirched. That's fair. You know what? That is fair. Whew. Man, we just got... Well, you know what? I think we just got off to the wrong start, guys. I think that's what it all comes down to. I think once we all talk this out around a bonfire, we'll all come to the conclusion that we were just being silly. We were just being silly as hell. And, you know, there's no reason to be this serious about it. When's the Eugene cosplay stream? Who's Eugene? Should I know this? I will tell you, I've never met a guy named Eugene that I could trust. That I will tell you. What do you mean? It was the perfect start? That's fair. That's very fair. You had a drill sergeant named Eugene? I didn't even know you were in the army. What the fuck? Dave lore. I didn't know, well, I don't want to put their business out there, but there's someone else in here who was also in the army that I didn't know about until they themselves talked about it, but I don't want to put their business out there. And so I shan't put their business out there. Dogs stop to smell and do business. Back in Nam. You had a cup of coffee there in 06. Wow, yeah. Dave was one of the people waiting for a helicopter to get out of Saigon. Somehow I don't think you're that old, Dave. You'd have to be like 70 years old to be a part of that. Eddie cosplay. Okay. Well, fortunately, I'm not overweight enough to do a Bloober team cosplay. I'm not overweight enough to do a Bloober team cosplay, but I could definitely like slam some fake strawberry ice cream. I have the hats. No. Oh, I genuinely wasn't even talking about Yushi, but you just reminded me. I remember the thing you said about, never mind, whatever. Anyways. Like a true goofy goober. Well, the thing is, I think Dave hit the nail on the head when he said that the original Silent Hill 2 had some campy humor to it. But I think the Bloober Team remake actually went a little more serious than people anticipated. There's a lot of horror that's like that, actually. You know, Toby Hooper always said he considers Texas Chainsaw Massacre to be a dark comedy. But because the nature of the movie was so shocking, it just took that long for people to understand the humor that the movie had to be banned first. It had to be, you know, shot down from public releases. It just was too shocking, you know, like the comedy didn't come through. And I think that Silent Hill 2 was also the case in a lot of ways, but clearly making Eddie say, "Let's party," just like that. Or, you know, "Eddie, have you gone nuts?" Like there are definitely moments that are meant to be like at least pseudo humor. Or, you know, the pizza line, the famous pizza line. Who says in such a casual way, as if he's mad that Eddie like spilled milk on a table, "This town is full of monsters. How can you sit there and eat pizza?" Like, you have to know, like, some of it had to be humor.
This town is full of monsters. How can you sit there and eat pizza?
Would I welcome a 3 remake with a success of 2? No. Appreciate that, sick boy. No, I would not, because you cannot remake Silent Hill 3 without remaking 1 first. 1 and 3 are so connected, story-wise, referentially, they're so connected. Almost everything that even happens in Silent Hill 3 is a reference to 1. You even find the little notepads everywhere. Where Harry Mason saved, you find like 3 of those throughout Heather's game, where she can read the note that he left at that particular time. So you absolutely must, in any and all circumstances, you must have a Silent Hill 1 remake first before we can even think about a 3 remake. There's no question about that. It has to happen.
I need that money. I really do. I need that
What's
money
up, Mag?
to pay my bills.
I wonder if DSP, I'll keep it 100% transparent. I have emailed DSP a couple times because I wanted to interview him. He never responded to me. But I know that he read my email because he referenced it on a stream that he did. I know for a fact he read it. He just didn't respond. I wonder if he's ever checked out a VOD of mine and heard that play. That probably made him mad. That could very well be why he didn't respond. Vibing lonely at work. How much time you got left at work, Mac? You gotta aggressively bite the straw. You guys ever... Maybe I'm just an asshole, but you ever go out, like, on lunch, I used to take some people to a nearby restaurant. Like, I would just get a few of my coworkers and we would all drive over to a place. And some people, they just do weird stuff with straws. Like, when I see people take a drink, they're like they have their tongue hanging out and they just like bite it sideways and do weird stuff. Maybe I'm just an asshole, but I noticed that about people and it always kind of weirded me out a little bit. 2 hours? Damn. Are you busy though? I mean, it's 9 p.m. How busy can it be? Dave says you shut down people's dreams for your jobs. Oh, I believe it. Look, dude, I have to give some no's because we have to be very selective on a team like ours. So unfortunately, and to be fair, most of the no's are funneled into offers for different departments. It's just that my specific team is not a good fit for them, is typically what it comes down to. Just because my team wasn't a good fit for them doesn't mean we want to restrain their ambition or not give them the opportunity to come back to us in 4 to 5 months' time while also getting acclimated within the company, you know? But you're not ready to have that conversation, are you? You're not. I know you're not. I know you're kind. What if your boss just called you? What if your boss just called you at 3 a.m. and said, yeah, I'm going to need you to come in. I'm going to need you to come into the office now. This isn't up for debate. Yes, Mag works at the... I'm sorry, I was about to say something really stupid. You know what? Thank God for the filter. Thank God that I was born with a filter, because if I was going to say what I actually originally planned on saying, that was going to be a really stupid clip. What if your boss also watches Stamp stream? No, I actually have a very, very strong belief that I should never even tell anyone that I work with that I stream, because I just think that it's never necessary for those two worlds to collide. You know what I mean? I absolutely have to maintain a work-home situation, and I don't ever want those wires to cross. So I never tell anybody at my job that I do this. I never tell them about my stuff, ever, because it's just not necessary, and frankly, it has nothing to do with my work, so. I am my own boss, so I would just be pissed at myself, yeah. Better to have a work. Yeah, exactly. I don't need to have, like, oh, every single person I talk to, hey, did you know I stream? Why do they need to know that? They don't care. They don't need to know that. They've got lives and shit going on. Yeah, exactly. I say this all the time, and it's very true. You know, my dad, before downloading the newest adult visual novel on Steam, used to tell me that your coworkers are just your coworkers. They are not your friends. And the minute that you think that they're your friends is the minute you get screwed over. And that has been some of the best advice I've ever been given. Of course, at the time that I heard it, it went in one ear and out the other immediately. And I was like, what is this bozo talking about? I don't respect authority, because I was like 14. But once I became old enough to apply that advice, it became clear to me that it was incredibly useful and just good advice. So I tell everybody that too. If you think you're good friends with a coworker and that they'll have your back if something comes up, absolutely not. You might as well just go ahead and take the L. My coworker was my girlfriend at some point. You know how that story went. Yeah, I need to learn that and stay learnt. I'm telling you, Mag. It's not that they're not good people. It's not that they're not trustworthy people. It's that when it comes down to it, it's someone's income. And if it's a situation like, here's a perfect example. If I'm about to get disciplined over something, but I actually didn't do anything wrong and I need one other person to back me up, but it would be me and that coworker versus a boss, it makes perfect sense that they're not going to back me up. They want me to take the heat for it because they don't want their income to potentially be taken away. Because what if the supervisor is upset about this enough to just fire us both? You know what I mean? That's how a lot of people think. And it's not an incorrect mentality to have. It's just a very defensive, preservation style mentality. That's all it is. So just because of that, I just don't trust people. So if it's a situation where I genuinely didn't do anything wrong, but I need somebody else to back me up to get that ain't gonna work. So I'll usually just take the disciplinary action, whatever it's going to be, and then just move the fuck on, you know? I'm trying. It's hard when you're with these people 40 hours a week and keep them at arm's length. Yeah. Well, I mean, we talk about our jobs all the time, you know, and it's just kind of one of those universally applicable things. I'm sure everybody has got an example of a time where they thought that somebody would back them up, or they thought that a coworker would have their back on something or agree with them. It just never shakes out that way, unfortunately, because when it comes to you versus a supervisor, I mean, we're going in circles. I'm saying the same things over and over, but you get the idea. Simply is not going to work. But that's not to say you can't do fun things with your coworkers outside of work. That's probably as far as I would take it. Like, for example, I went to see that Jerome's Dream and a few other bands. I went to see them at a local place, and I met up with a supervisor, not my direct report, but another supervisor in my team. I met up with him at that place, and we had a good time. I didn't drink anything because I don't drink. But we had a good time hanging out there, listening to some of the bands, getting our hearing absolutely trashed because I was a dumb fuck and forgot to bring earplugs at first. Thankfully, they sold them at the venue. Is it better than Eugene's Dream, though? No, it's not. Jerome's Dream can't hold a candle to Eugene's Dream. I showed some of that footage. But it was back in August. I would either be all over that or wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. What, you mean meeting somebody? Outside of work? Oh, a boss. Well, yeah, I mean, of course, that's a different situation, but like, they weren't my direct boss. So yeah, it was a little bit different. But no, it was cool overall. Just, you know, not talking about work, not having the whole conversation. Because I'll tell you one thing, you guys, that is very, very true, is when you become, if you ever like get into any type of even pseudo leadership position, you're going to be in meetings all day, every day about various different things, especially if you're in the corporate world. Holy shit. It's just a gauntlet of meetings, and they never work. Like, they'll always schedule them at certain times, but they never end at those times. They always bleed into each other, and you got to hop off one to join another and hop off the next one to join a different one, and you got to prioritize which ones you can make and which ones you can't, and who you got to get with to get information. My ass would be right there. Yeah. Dude, I would love to get to the point where I'm like traveling for work, but there's legit no reason. There's just genuinely no reason why I would ever need to do that. I think it'd be cool though. It'd probably be really exhausting, and if I had kids, my mentality about it would be very different. I probably wouldn't want to travel so much. But you know, no kids, not anything major commitment wise outside of that. I feel like Bridget would be willing to relocate as long as it's not too far away, so it's not the craziest thing in the world. I wouldn't want her to have to do that, but yeah. I thought it would be cool too until they scheduled it on my oh yeah. Well, you told me about a lot of other stuff too, like they let you work from home, but it was like a really stressful sales position and you had to worry a lot about your performance and numbers and shit. So yeah, it's like, it's one thing to work remote, but if the job you're doing remotely is not laid back and it's very stressful, it actually kind of makes it a little bit worse. Because then your house, your apartment, whatever your living space is, then becomes, you know, you get the stress of your job added onto that shit, and it sucks. My dad had a stint once when he had to go around for a little bit for his job. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if I was younger and my parents were doing that, I definitely wouldn't like it, so I would only do that type of thing as long as I continue to not have kids. If I had kids and they were old enough to know that their parent was missing, I definitely would not go that route if I could avoid it. I mean, it may sound selfish, but like one of the primary reasons why I don't have kids is so that I can, you know, situate myself a little bit better career-wise and financially first. I realize that we probably could afford a kid now if we really wanted to. It's just not really in the cards for me right now as far as what I want, you know? Then at another job, he had to get an apartment and come home weekends. That was also rough. Fun part is it was my fault. What do you mean? Oh, God, my fucking lips are so chapped, dude. This is torture. This is the suffering of man that I have chapped lips. And it's cold outside. Oh my God. You guys realize how horrible my life is? How horrible all this is? I have it so bad. I have it so hard over here. He had to work a job that had insurance that covered my special meds. Oh, okay. See, that is not at all the answer I was expecting, but that makes perfect sense. Dude, there was a YouTuber I was watching the other day who his son has PDD-NOS, which is a pervasive developmental disorder not otherwise specified, which is kind of like a mild autism spectrum type thing where it's like there's a developmental disorder, but it's not a specific one. It doesn't fit into one category. It fits into multiple categories. And because it was such a vague diagnosis, like no insurance would cover the treatment that he needed. And then he got a job at Microsoft and it ended up costing like $2.6 million. And Microsoft paid like 92% of it. It's actually insane. The cost of that type of shit. It is fucking insane how expensive that is. He eventually got back home with a job that did, but was a big pay cut. Yeah. You know, you guys understand I live my life online, so when you hear me reference YouTubers all the time, that's the reason why. But there was another one that I actually really respect because he was in real estate and he was making great money, but he just couldn't deal. Like, he was having a real moral issue with his job essentially being to rip people off and lie to them about the conditions of the plumbing. And it basically, that's what a car salesman and a house salesman need to do. You need to lie and bend the truth and distort reality as much as you can to to get the sale, anything to secure the sale and get their signature on a contract, anything that you need to do. And he just couldn't do it anymore. So he ended up retiring, or he quit, not retired. He quit from that when he was like 28, and he went to work as an assistant in a nursing home, and he went and made like $10 an hour, but he was like, I could sleep at night. So I was totally fine to be making significantly less money. Knowing my dad had to leave home 5 days a week because of me was a hard pill to swallow at 15. Yeah, I couldn't scam people, especially for a corporate. I know, it's like, yeah, nobody likes a quitter. Yeah, oh my god, dude. Yeah, I got that speech one time. I had a boss who tried to basically father-son me. Like, he came into my office, turned a chair around like he was about to tell me how the world fucking worked, and he sits down and tells me that nobody likes a quitter. This was after I had already put in my 2 weeks at this job, by the way. And he decided to come in there and give me a father-son speech, and I was like, I don't know who you think you are, but I have one father, and he ain't you. So, I'm not listening. It's like Kyrie Irving when he got that fucking weird question when they asked him, like, what type of parental role has LeBron James played on your team? And he goes, a parental role? I have one father. That's my dad, Drederick Irving. Like, why the hell are you asking if another grown man has a parental role on your team? What a weird fucking question. I did. My ass used to tell people on the DL at TJ Maxx when looking at the nice case jewelry which ones would turn your skin green. Obviously, it was not a commission. Yeah, it just rubbed me the wrong way because it's like, dude, first of all, you are part of the reason why I was leaving this job. So my number one thing is just be honest with me. I don't care if it's bad news. I really don't. I actually prefer bad news because bad news tells me what I need to improve, you know? If I interview for a job and I think it went well, but I don't get the job, I need feedback on why I didn't get the fucking job so that I can go back to the drawing board and rethink my approach and do things better. But when you flat out tell me that if you do X, you will then get Y, and I do X and Y never shows up, you know, if you tell me you do this for X amount of time, you can get this job, and that job never shows up, I do some investigation and find out the job never existed and you were just bullshitting me, of course I'm gonna leave. That's just being dishonest. That's not something I respect, you know? So that very same person who did not tell the truth, yeah, dangling the cat, that's exactly what he did to me. That very same person who wasn't honest with me about that position not existing tries to come in and lecture me about how the world works. Fuck right out of here with that. No way. And he even tried to preface it. He's like, now this is not about you putting your 2 weeks in or anything. He's like, this is just general life advice. Nobody likes a quitter. God. But you know, it wasn't even worth getting worked up about it. I just sat there and didn't say anything. He's like, you got any questions, comments? And I just went, nope. And he's like, all right. I flipped the chair back around and walked away, and he didn't even make eye contact with me for the rest of my 2 weeks. Very weird. Very, very weird interaction. And then, I don't know if he was like trying to save face or what, but after I had already left, he contacted me on like LinkedIn or some shit and was like, hey man, if you ever need a reference, I got you. And I was like, no, I don't need a reference. I'm good. I don't know if he was trying to like save face or what, but nah. Nobody likes you, chump. Yeah, nobody likes a quitter and nobody likes you. And I just go, zing. Bad thing about interview feedback is it's lies. If they already gave someone the job and fun stuff like that, that's cringe. I have worked at companies where that's the case. My current company does not do that though. A lot of corporate companies, they follow the same structure where basically if a promotion is something that a lot of people on the same team are interested in, they go around to tell everyone who did not get it first, and then the person who did get it gets talked to last. And I think that's just like a standardized like HR regulation thing. Say Star. What are you talking about, Star? What's up, YOLO? Dude, that fucking clip that Dave showed the other day was fucking hilarious. Like 2 seconds after that, I legit said, there's your clip, YOLO. And he's like, all context will be shot down and chastised. By the way, yes, I have never and will never touch anything related to fake eyelashes. Fuck that. I've never done such a thing. All context will be disregarded, besmirched, shot down, chastised, denied, gaslit. You don't know what I'm... Exactly. I don't know what I'm talking about either. Yeah, so check this out, YOLO. I'll show you. I'm just going to show him because he's here. Would I let someone experience put them on me? Nah, I don't like shit close to my eyes. Alright. So, I'm game sharing with an account. I'm just going to tell you this account is my dad's account. And it's the Gamer First. And I find that he has a certain game installed here called 3001 A MILF Odyssey. Now, Dave takes it upon himself. As you can see, this is not my game. From the library of someone else. 0 playtime. 0 achievements. And Dave takes it upon himself to redeem this. And I'm like, dude, obviously I can't stream this on Twitch. And he goes, you know what, dude? Let's stream it on Discord. Dude, I don't even have an NSFW section on my Discord, nor do I plan to have one. That list is almost as long as my Chicktionary. YOLO's just got a Rolodex full of contacts. No, he's got pager numbers. He's got pager numbers. Oh, what's up, Immortal? I've been lucky enough that I've never had to deal with this shit. I got a job through my handicap, and while it doesn't pay well, it's a job I can't really lose either unless I do something really fucking stupid. And I can choose my own work hours, so overall I'm well off. Yeah, absolutely. See, even Mag got excited about 3001. Dude, I can't play 3001 A MILF Odyssey. I got a binder full of women, says the Mormon. Yeah, fucking right, dude. Is he? Mitt Romney's a Mormon, right? Dude, Mitt Romney, I'm not even trying to get political, but just looking at that guy and the way that he talks, he seems like he would be like one of the Duggars. You know, like one of those, that bizarre Duggar family that had like 30 kids. Hey, what's up, Adapie? This is just Stamp's way of confessing his secret Steam account. Yeah. No. Absolutely not. Oh, dude, major update. Voicing moans and bonus wallpapers. Look at this shit. Fire ass update, dude. Major update. Dear God. Anyway, this is my actual Steam library. It's not that big. Funny enough, the game in here that has the most nudity is probably Tormented Souls. This is such a mid-fucking horror game, it's unbelievable. Yo, it's GOTY. Yeah, this is mid as fuck. True crime as in actual crime? I'm retired. I bet you have some stories, though. Of course, you'd have to keep them totally anonymous, but I bet you got some stories, dude. I used to know someone who thought he was hot in the day. Anyone here into true crime? Damn it, it's still... Well, that update was February 8th. You meant to ask? Meant to ask what? I like true crime, I just don't like... Something that pisses me off with true crime is when people romanticize serial killers. Like all the girls on TikTok that were talking about how hot Jeffrey Dahmer is, and they weren't just talking about the Evan Peters, you know, character representation that Hollywood did. They're talking about the real guy. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Can we not talk about how serial killers are hot, because that's kind of how they got their first victims in the first place, especially people like Ted Bundy? Can we not repeat that cycle? and like try to give them a good reputation. Have I seen Terrifier? No, I have not. Why did that play twice? Holy fuck my ears. Names and locations have been changed to protect... No. Names and locations have been changed to protect the identities of involved parties. Any resemblance to actual facts or events is purely coincidental. These are their stories. Hit 'em with the next time on Guiding Light. Sorry. Enough with my cheap thrills. That's how I get my cheap kicks, you know? Damn unibrow. Every time. How do I look like Dahmer, aka 80s nerd? You don't want to. First 48 was a pretty cool show. My dad was goddamn obsessed with Law and Order for the longest time. Trust me, you can't fix a man except or run. It's insane how many women wanted to date Ted because of his looks and because they somehow felt they could fix him. Women are obsessed with Sunderland too, to be fair. I guess all I needed to do was become a psychopathic serial killer all along. Well, here's another conversation that a lot of people aren't ready for. Okay, never mind. I'm not going into that. My filter prevented me from saying something. It wasn't dumb. It was just a very, very hot take that we don't need to get into. When's the haunted DVD watch party? If I knew what that was, I'd be down. Yes, we should watch Terrifier in the Discord. My haunted. No. I can't. Okay. Let me show it. Because I've never had this conversation when like half of you guys are in here. But I did talk about it with John when we talked about, you know, paranormal experiences and shit. Okay. So, you know, nowadays the term cursed, it's a little overused. Everybody likes to say this is cursed, that's cursed, that's cursed. I genuinely think looking at this, that this fucking thing is cursed. So, I'm friends with a guy from Pennsylvania. I met him online several years ago. He was good. It was kind of like a mutual. He had met one of my good friends on Xbox Live. We linked up and we ended up having a lot of similar interests about like underground horror movies and stuff. And he's like telling me about this director named Lucifer Valentine. And he ended up buying me a movie of his off of Amazon. Look at this fucking cover, dude. This shit is cursed. Never mind the fact that it came with a certificate of authenticity. Check that out. Number 153 of 200. Anyways, I'm not like proud to own this. Let me make it clear. I'm not like somebody that collects this stuff. Here's the disc too. By the way, the disc also has some cursed ass artwork on it. This is the weirdest DVD case I've ever seen in my life, by the way. Anyways, so I don't own others. This is the only one that I own. I've just seen the other ones. Anyway, so story is not too complex. Anyway, I had it, unboxed it. It was sitting on our kitchen counter. 2 nights later, I had a dream that my closet was on fire, and I woke up and checked, and this was in the closet. And that I could smell burning. And when I woke up, it was like, I'm not even kidding. I could not make this up. When I woke up, it was dead set right at 3 in the morning, right at 3 a.m. like on the fucking dot. And I still had that burning smell in my nose a little bit when I first woke up. Now that could just be dream, remnants of the dream a little bit. But yeah, I don't fuck with this thing. I don't watch it. It stays in a drawer. I don't look at it. I don't do anything with it because I don't know, man. I'm not really superstitious or any of that, but I don't mess with stuff like this. I think it goes a little bit too far sometimes, and you know. It's from my asthma medication. Well, considering I don't have asthma, that would not be the case. I might sound like I do because I heavy breathe a lot on here, but that's just because, well, other reasons. Anyways, OG Stampy fans have seen this before. Yes, you guys have all seen this before. I thought Ouija, yeah, I don't mess with Ouija boards. I don't, because look, I do think that there is an argument to be made that you still shouldn't be messing with certain things, dude. I gotta walk this dog. Wish me luck. It's getting cold. Hey, good luck. Luigi boards. When I tell you the heaviness you feel, yeah, and I just feel like there's certain things I don't want to entertain. You know what I mean? I had a very religious upbringing. And my parents weren't like a strict, you must go to church every Sunday, but they definitely, it was a very religious upbringing, I'll say that. And so maybe that's part of the reason why I'm a little creeped out by it, but I don't know. I think sometimes you're given signs of things that you should or shouldn't mess with, and I definitely took that dream as a sign. When's the Ouija board Discord party? No. When is it? No. That's my answer, and I'm sticking to it. Plain and fucking simple. I'm just glad we researched before doing it so we knew to close the portal. I've never so much as even unboxed one because I'm not even trying to mess with all that at all. Fuck that. That falls firmly in the things I strictly do not mess with for obvious reasons. What was the convo day in the Hasbro office when they decided to mass produce them? What was the conversation in the 90s when they decided to produce an Illuminati card game? That's what I want to know. I forget which company released it, but there's a fucking Illuminati card game that was released in like the early 90s. Oh, speaking of that, I actually had a pretty interesting conversation in YOLO's stream. So you guys know the term like being woke or stay woke, how it's kind of like been given this political context now. When I was growing up, stay woke was like an Illuminati term that people would say. It's like, oh, be aware of the elites and the Illuminati. And like, if you said that you were woke, it meant that you were aware that rich people were like in these secret societies and shit. And YOLO said the definition as he knew it, way before I ever knew it, was it's something that you tell, he was like, it's something that his friends would tell each other if they were going to like a southern town that was well known to be racist. They'd be like, oh, shit gets dangerous there, you know, when the sun goes down. So stay woke when you go through that town. I was like, damn, I didn't even know that there were so many different definitions for the same term. When I told you immediately put that shit in the trash and took it outside to the dorm dumpsters, we wanted it out. Yeah, fuck that. Imagine if they'd make something like the Illuminati card game, partially because they wanted the publicity and was hoping people would buy into it because people would find it repulsive or something. Oh yeah, for sure. It was definitely a publicity stunt of some kind because I was never woke. Listen, dude, all I'm saying is I was definitely on the YouTube conspiracy video chain back in like 2014, before BuzzFeed Unsolved and before all the little all the Shane Dawson conspiracy videos had popped off and it became like a whole subgenre of YouTube videos. I was already like watching that shit ad nauseum. So The Freemason stuff especially was like one of the first ones I really got into. But that's a big rabbit hole because I knew I had gone too far when I found a video that said Super Mario 64 was a way for Nintendo to try to initiate children into Freemasonry because it had a checkerboard floor in the castle. When I went that far, I'm like, okay, let me pull back because this is getting fucking ridiculous now. But, you know, they were fun rabbit holes to jump in when you're like, I don't know, 19, 20, and you're naive as fuck and you just want to be entertained. Time to trash the DVD and pass on the curse. Yeah, there's like this conspiracy theory going on now that if an artist beats Beyonce for a Grammy, they have to thank her or they might be in danger. It's like, oh my God, why is everybody randomly thanking Beyonce? Which I do agree is kind of weird, but they're acting like because Amy Winehouse didn't thank Beyonce, that's why she got killed. And that the whole Kanye West grabbing the mic from Taylor Swift and giving Beyonce props was so that he could save her. That's what the theory is going with now. It's like, oh, Kanye saved her life by doing that, dude. That's been happening since the 90s. See, that doesn't even hold water because didn't he grab the mic from her before she said a single word? So she could very well have been planning to give her props. She just didn't say anything yet. Oh, not the case at all for me, Immortal. I had a big group of friends that were all really into that shit. This was before Discord servers. This was like, when did Discord first come about? Okay, so Discord came out around summer of 2015. So yeah, this was a couple of years before that. We would all just sit in Ventrilo servers all day and talk about this shit. We had Ventrilo and TeamSpeak that all my Counter-Strike friends would sit in, and we would just talk about shit. Ventrilo was awesome because if you paid, and TeamSpeak was cool too if you had a good server. If you paid for a good TeamSpeak server, you could have chat, and it was essentially like a Discord server with one voice channel and one chat channel. And then when Discord came out, it changed the game because A, it was free. You didn't have to pay for the shit. And they essentially let you create the biggest server you want for free. So that's why Discord popped off big time. I think Discord has largely eliminated the need for like internet forums. Every website and community has their own Discord server now. Never been much for the whole conspiracy thing. Oh yeah, I read that. But I've also avoided horror movies like The Plague for most of my life. I've somehow never heard Friday by Rebecca, and now learning cyberbullying a 13-year-old relentlessly was absurd. Yeah, that whole era was weird as hell. My BFF and BF hate scary movies, hate not having people to watch them with. Useless SMH, yeah. Evil Dead 2, I didn't understand the humor of Evil Dead 2. That one scared me a lot as a kid. And it's hilarious looking back because that movie has so much comedy in it. It's basically like a Three Stooges skit mixed with a horror movie in certain parts. But just like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the shit was too shocking for me to understand that. I just was freaked out by the imagery. Especially Henrietta in the fucking cellar, dude. Fuck that. I could live my whole life and never see that again and be happy. Well, the remake did attempt to be scary. There was a little bit of humor in it. Like how the one guy with long hair and glasses just kept taking like relentless graphic abuse all throughout the movie. Like that's a little bit of humor. But yeah, the 2013 remake didn't mess around too much. And wasn't there recently one too, like a couple years ago? Or maybe it was like 2019 or something, but yeah, I feel like there was an Evil Dead movie a couple years ago that did pretty well. I've watched a few horror movies. Hey, what's up, Shadow Man? Dude, it killed mine too. I'm telling you, it's a real thing. And you guys tried to gaslight me by saying I was bad at the game. I was not. I've watched a few horror movies by this point. I watched The Ring twice, for example. I laughed watching it the second time because it was funny. The American one specifically. Yeah, the Japanese one, it's interesting because the American one definitely has a lot of Hollywood tropes, like with the whole jump scares and everything else. Yes, I did play the Quarry Mag. It's in my VOD channel. We pretty much did that all throughout August. It was like 2 weeks of the quarry in August. 2 weeks worth of streams. He fucking got knocked back and he didn't get phased. Yep, same thing happened to me, dude. It's bullshit. What? That's bullshit! But it really was. We all know the truth. I asked so many times. Mag, you weren't around at the time, dude. We were going through the gauntlet. I don't even think anybody requested it. I think we just did it. And I need to play Until Dawn, but apparently the PC port of it has a lot of issues from what I hear. So I'll probably just wait till it's on sale. Anyway, so what I was saying about The Ring, the American version has a lot of Hollywood tropes, like the whole fake jump scare into real jump scare thing, the ending where she actually comes out of the TV. The Japanese version is not so much horror, but it's more like suspenseful, and it definitely keeps you on edge more so throughout the whole thing. I do think that it's a stronger movie overall. You know, the pacing of it, it's not as frantic as the American one. It has a more cohesive flow to it. I definitely prefer it. Which, of course, you guys know I'm kind of a purist. I don't care where the country of origin is. I just want to watch movies in their native language. That's it. I don't care where they come from. I don't care if it's a Swedish movie, an Italian movie, a fucking French movie. I don't care. I want to watch things in their language and country of origin. I hate this trend of like American overdubbing of fucking everything. For example, there's this vampire movie from Sweden called Let the Right One In, and they did a horrific American dub of it for no reason. And then they ended up doing a full-blown American remake of it called Let Me In, which was equally dog shit. There's a Korean movie that's fucking crazy but awesome at the same time called Old Boy. And they did an American remake of it that was shit, so. Happens a lot, dude. Low-key Until Dawn isn't super great. Yeah, I know it has like... What is it with Supermassive Games and getting like former Disney stars? Because they had the girl that played Sharpay or whatever in one of the... she played Sharpay in like the third High School Musical movie. Brenda Song. Yeah, Brenda Song. And she was also more so famously in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. And then the first game that really put them on the map was Until Dawn, and that had Hayden Panettiere in it, who started out as like a Disney movie star and then moved on to doing other shit. Yeah, the original Let the Right One In is actually like a solid movie. It just is the American propensity to take everything and try to translate it to American because they think that it's just going to improve it so much, dude. Butchering names. How am I butchering Brenda Song? How am I supposed to know? Is it not her real name? That is her real name. How Hayden Panettiere? Is it Panettiere? How? I don't know, dude. She's only 35. For some reason, I felt like she was older than that. I think most horror media just can't really reach the level of horror something like PT did, as far as I've seen at least. Well, the other thing you gotta... Panettiere. Okay. Well, that's not too far off. Well, the thing you gotta remember, Immortal, Resident Evil 7 got close. Resident Evil 7 is a genuinely terrifying game for like the first 2/3 of it. Once you get to the boat, it loses a lot of that momentum. But the intro section at the Baker Estate is very, very scary. There's no question about it. You know what the feedback they got was? It's too scary. You need to tone it down. Am I a fan of 40s and 50s music? Sort of. I don't like the like musical sing-songy shit like Old Man River and stuff like that, but there's a little stuff. There's some stuff from that era that's pretty palatable to me, just not a lot. I usually prefer 40s and 50s music sampled in more modern music. That's just me, though. So, Kojima, Immortal, to keep going on your point, actually did a few press conferences for Silent Hills when it was still an active project that was in the works. And he said, we're disregarding all feedback. We're disregarding all fan consideration. We are just going to make the scariest game we possibly can. And he even said on stage, we want people to shit their pants playing this game. It got canceled. So, unfortunately, we'll never get to see that. Yeah, I know that, Mag. I was saying I was saying like Supermassive Games, that company that makes both, they have this tendency to get like former Disney stars to be in their games. And the one dude actually looks like Cole Sprouse or Dylan Sprouse or whatever. RE7 did a great job of it. I'd have trouble playing that, and I don't even want to consider playing it in VR. Yeah. Well, RE7, well, I don't mean Disney characters. I mean people that were in Disney productions, Shadow Man. What I was going to say about RE7 is that the VR component of the development of RE7, like Brenda Song and Hayden Panettiere. I just listed those two. They're like the star, one of the stars of The Quarry and the main star of Until Dawn, respectively. Anyways, the VR aspect of the development of RE7 is like the thing that helped it be excellent, but also the thing that deterred it a little bit too. RE7, from very close to the beginning, was developed to be a PlayStation VR game. It was going to be like the must-have PlayStation VR experience type game, and they had that in mind from very early on in development. So much so that a lot of the way the game works, as far as things spawning in on the screen, things loading in, the way that the whole game levels are structured, is designed to be easy for VR to render. So that's why the FOV is so tight. Even when you have it on maximum, it's very tough. Like, you got to move the mouse a lot to see left and right. Aiming is a little bit tough because that's what you have to do for VR. Madhouse VR run when? I'd love to, dude. I bet the original PSVR is fairly cheap nowadays. I bet it's super cheap, actually. But I'd rather just borrow it from somebody, to be honest with you. I'm pretty sure my dad has a PSVR too, but I don't know if RE7's compatible with it. He does have a PSVR too. We played Resident Evil 4 Remake the last time I visited him. Does Tusk have it? Good question. I'll have to ask him. He might. If he does, I can definitely borrow it from him. He's a real one. If Silent Hill 2 Remake ended up being totally PS5 exclusive, he was actually completely willing to let me like keep his PS5 for a couple months to play through it. Yeah, when's the PlayStation 5 port of 3001, dude? We need to know. We need to know. Real gamers need to know. Not with the newly acquired in July crippling vertigo. Yeah, everybody tells me I just need to get used to VR. My glasses prescription is very weak. As you can tell, it doesn't like magnify my eyes or anything. It's only, my prescription is for eyes that are 20/25. Okay. So it's not a lot. So when I put on the VR headset and I'm not wearing my glasses, I get really bad nausea, and I don't really know why. Or the VR goggles, not the VR glasses. What the fuck? When's 3002 coming out? Great question. Probably never. I don't know if they exactly broke the box office with their sales, you know? Whatever the gaming equivalent of the box office is. It didn't rock the Steam charts hard enough. Ryan has an Oculus. I felt super sick after. This was pre-Vertigo too. Something wrong with them. No, I calibrated it and everything, dude. I think I just needed to get used to it, because I've heard that from a lot of people. Is like, if you've never ever used VR before, it takes like maybe a week or so of like getting your eyes and your brain used to it. And then the nausea tends to go away after a while, but I've never owned one long enough to actually go through that whole adjustment period. I've just never owned one long enough to do that. Only tried VR once and it was a very short session, so I don't know how to handle it personally or how I'd handle it personally. The tech has been mostly gimmicky for a long time. Yeah. No hope for RE9 TBH. It'll probably just be more Village, if not even more non-horror. It's definitely going to be... I don't believe them at all, but they said years ago that it's going to be like the last mainline one. I don't believe that at all. It makes too much money. But it's definitely going to be like a big Hollywood set piece, explosions left and right type game, like we know for a fact. And it's probably going to be Chris as the protagonist. Like, God, it's going to be insufferable in some ways, dude. It's going to be mostly what we hated about RE6. Because it's going to be like this grand finale showdown between... No, they already said that Rose is not going to be the protagonist. They said that very shortly after the DLC came out. I wouldn't be surprised if Chris is the main character, seriously. I bet they would do that. Yeah, I played her DLC like 3 times. It was good. The merchant. He makes his incredible comeback. Village already felt like a fucking MCU movie at the end. Yeah. Yeah, Village was weird, man. Did you know that Matt is Until Dawn the voice actor Jordan Fisher was collabed with Disney's spectacular Happily Ever After fireworks show in Disney World? He was in its movie, which every time they play its song, he gains millions of dollars each time. That's why he was also collabed in Until Dawn. I did not know any of that. Chris and Jill. I think in terms of the actual games, I think Chris and Jill were both born in the early 70s, is like the lore. Because remember, the original game actually takes place in 1996. And then 1998 was the Raccoon City incident 2 years later. So, in terms of their actual age, yeah, they're both like in their 50s now. Who like Resident Evil? Yeah, Resident Evil 4 is great. Modern day, I actually prefer to play the remake, but they're both really, really good. I don't have an issue with either. He's also the face model, yeah. Village was good for... I just, I beat Village a couple times. I will say Village performs very, very well now that they finally got rid of Denuvo, which is a blessing, because holy fuck, Denuvo sucks and it ruins your performance. I get that they have to have anti-piracy measures in place, but why do they have to destroy my performance in the meantime? I don't know. But yeah, thankfully... that's gone, but I just don't really feel like playing Village again because that game just wasn't very memorable for me personally. Even when it came out, it didn't wow me right away, Like when I was playing RE7, I was like, holy shit, this is like fantastically better than RE6. It genuinely impressed me. I was so enthralled by the first half of that game. I was like, I need to know what happens next. I can't wait to play more. And then when Village came out, it was just like, once the castle was over and it turned into like first person RE4, I was like, ugh, I couldn't get into it. The only part of Village that I genuinely enjoyed on a first play was the dollhouse or dollmaker's house. But even that had some weird campy shit, like her puppet yelling at you. That little doll that you like stab with the scissors that has that weird fucking hocus pocus ass voice. Very weird. The main villain is an afterthought. Yeah, like Lady D should have been the main focus of the game. Fuck all this other Mother Miranda and the Dollmaker, Beneviento, and especially Moreau. Moreau's section is the worst part of that game. No question. Moreau's section is so bad. I would have been totally fine if Village primarily was like the whole game took place in the castle. And it was just an unbelievably massive castle that, you're If they basically extended the castle segment to be the majority of the game, I would have been fine with that, and I bet most other people would have been too. I understand that that's not the type of game they wanted to make, but it would have been cool. Yeah, I agree with you, Adipie. And nothing else in the game really caught my attention. And you know, the dollhouse, I know this is kind of a meme, but that genuinely just felt like a hey guys, remember PT type moment. It was like the fetus thing that PT did. The dark rooms, the glowing red rooms, the like umbilical cord stretched out across the floor, all the same shit that PT has already done. So that whole section, oh, the sink. Yeah, don't forget the sink too. They even did the sink gimmick. So it's like, man, really all the same shit? Nothing unique? You're just going to copy PT for like 20 minutes and expect us to be cool with that? Just very weird stuff, man. Lady D is the real mommy. Oh my god. Oh my Lanta, dude. Anyways, guys, are you ready for some gameplay? Or would you prefer that we just keep chatting? Because I'm okay to chat I'm okay to chat the night away. But like I've said many a time, I'm an agent of the people and I do what you guys want to see. So we could sit here and chat all night, but do you want to see some gameplay? Because if you do, I'm down. Either is cool. Either some Fatal Frame 1 or better yet 2. You know, we do need to play a Fatal Frame game soon before October's over. And I also need to do Fierce to Fathom 1 through 5 just as long as I don't go near the Discord. I'm just looking forward to RE9 being the first Gooner game in the franchise featuring Madame Domitresque, Lady D's abandoned sister. Oh dear God. And Silent Hill Marathon. Actually, speaking of that, I was just thinking about when I would need to request off. Okay, so, oh shit, guys, the 1st of November is a Friday. So that's actually perfect. If I can request the 1st of November off, then I can basically start Thursday night. And we can just go as long as we need to get that done. I need to do a Detroit playthrough. Yeah, that would be cool, but it's not really horror related for October. Let me check on my cats. They just knocked some shit over. Give me a second, you guys.
This town is full of monsters. How can you sit there and eat pizza?
Hey, what's up, Space Junked? Sorry about that, guys. So they knocked over a fucking container that had a bunch of wax cubes and wax warmer stuff in it. So I had to go in there and clean all that up and make sure they don't try to sniff it and or lick it. Because they are some curious little MFers and they would do such a thing. They're just chaos incarnate. It's going great, Space Junk. Good to see you around these parts. Cannot complain. We're taking it back to 2021. I busted out all the old equipment. Busted out the Urban Decay, put it back on. I would say this is an old hat, but I've been wearing it like 2 years now. It's not really old. And I have a green screen that we're going to use for when we actually play a game. So we're taking it all the way fucking back to like 2021 when I was in my degenerate prime as a streamer, you know? I also found some chapstick and used it. So if you're wondering why, no, I did not fucking put on lipstick. It was, I don't know, I stole one of Bridget's strawberry fucking chapsticks. I don't know. Just chapstick I found laying around. The classic Punish stamp look is iconic. I'd like to think that. Playing games, people, where's the green mic arm cover? That actually got shredded by Zero. So I would have to set that up again. Yes, I used the cactus one years ago. I just steal hers, dude. I never buy it for myself, and if I do, I use Carmex, which Gummy Lotion finds hilarious, and I don't know why. Gummy Lotion was in here cackling at my usage of Carmex the other day. I have no clue why, and she has some serious splaining to do. What's the occasion? Some people asked, and I'm like, fuck it, let's take it back. Let's throw it back. This is TBT. This is old shit, dude. It's TBT. I'm sorry. It's not really TBT. A, it's not Thursday. And B, come off it. Come off it, dude. The ego needs to come down a peg. Okay? Because it's getting ridiculous. Why is there a video on YouTube called How to Swallow a Harmonica? Stamp Girl likes it. I mean, yeah, she said, but I don't care if anybody else doesn't. That's a good point, It is Stamptober. Why not throw it back to the first year we did this, you know? Got a 400-piece tub of Double Bubble the other day. Dude, I never realized how much sugar is in that shit. It's actually insane. The only gum I chew is extra polar ice. Real MFers know. Here's a tip, and I have to say this quietly because this is insider knowledge. Insider knowledge. If you want a gum that will make it seem like you have the cleanest, freshest breath in the world, before you go into a public place, and especially if you're going to meet new people in like a work context, chew like 6 sticks of extra polar ice, and your shit will be like numb and minty as fuck for hours. That's a pro tip. So if you're going somewhere and you want to make sure your breath smells really fucking good, and you want to make a good first impression, especially if it's work related, do that. You don't have to continue chewing on breath mints. You don't have to, keep chewing the gum the whole time you're there. Just do it right before you walk in, and you can spit it out like on your way to whatever shindig it happens to be. Oh yes, your mouth will be numb as shit. Don't drink cold water, but room temperature water. Good to go. Yes, that's what I do. I stack 6 sticks of polar ice gum, chew the shit out of them, numb my whole ass mouth, and your breath stays amazing for like 2 hours after. Pro tip. Nobody, as much as I love coffee, I'm not trying to walk into a place and make a good first impression with coffee breath, you know what I'm saying? This shit matters. Yeah, you and Bridget. Birds of a feather flock together, don't they? I don't even know what that means. I just wanted to say it, but she's also a spearmint person, and I can't fucking stand it. I hate spearmint. Nowadays, you have to put the word girly after everything. You're a spearmint girly. Yeah, and I'm a shut the fuck up girly. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. Everyone around getting a full dose of pumpkin spice latte breath in the morning. Yeah. It was a joke. It was humor. It was hilarity had ensued, and I decided I'm going to capitalize on the joke and turn the joke around. Just like when you walk up, here's the thing. I said this 2 streams ago, and it's still so true. I say it every morning, every afternoon, every night, and it is so true. The reason why Xbox 360 sucks is because when you walk up to it, you do a 360 and walk away. Fuck the PS3 haters. Fuck them all. PS3 has no games. Get a clue. Get a fucking clue. Sorry. I just had to say that. Don't tell anyone or they'll revoke my white gal card, but I'm not a huge PSL. Why'd I have to look at you like that? Because I wanted to make sure I drove home the fucking point. I'm not just speaking to my community. I'm talking to everyone on the goddamn planet who had the gall to spread around misinformation about the PS3 having no games while I was a PS3 kid and everybody at school roasted me for having one while they had their little X-Bone 360s. I'm sick of it. I'm not holding a grudge. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of the misinformation, sick of the lies. I'm sorry. Depends on where you get it, is what I was going to say, Mac. Like, Starbucks is dog shit. It's literally just milk, sugar, and grease. With really overtly artificial pumpkin flavor. But if you go to a local place where they use the real shit, yes, exactly, you got it. Go to Starbucks and you'll get dog shit, artificial, well, shit. Go to a local place, you'll get the good shit, and it might actually be really solid. Yes, pumpkin and pumpkin pie too. Ugh, if you get one that's like made really well and super fresh, and they don't just like get the pumpkin filling from a fucking can. Dude, it's so good. Butternut squash is great too. Excellent soup. God, you guys, every single time I'm in the middle of watching my figure and fixing my diet, you guys talk about the greatest foods ever, and you just make it so difficult. I'm not dodging accountability. I like pumpkin pie, but can't first people not to spike cinnamon? Can't trust people, you mean? I can have nutmeg? Homemade pumpkin pie and homemade pecan pie are both critical elements of any Thanksgiving dinner. Critical. I tried PSL once and I felt my wallet weeping with every second. Dude. There are so few drinks at Starbucks that are A, worth the money, and B, worth what they do to you. So many things at Starbucks are just milk, sugar, and it's always full fat milk too. Full fat milk and sugar is the flavor profile of 90% of Starbucks drinks. People have got to start understanding this. Yeah, it's all the cup that it's in with that fucking Starbucks logo is what you're paying for. The product is, it tastes good because it's full fat milk and it's sugar. That's why it tastes good. That's it. Any of the flavoring on top of that, it might be nice, but the tasting good aspect of it, 90% of that comes from the sugar and fat. Oh, I do too, Sheep, but the issue is the sugar and fat being mixed together. You can have a high fat diet and be totally fine, but it's when you have a high fat and high sugar diet that you introduce problems because that makes your body store all the fat. So if you eat something that combines sugar and fat together, that's where you get into a problem. Unless you really need to gain weight. Because I know, some people, like I used to go to this university gym and some dudes were just very, very skinny. And they're like, yeah, I need to eat high fat and high sugar diet because I'm trying to put on weight. They'd be like drinking those Arnold mass gainer shakes and shit. And I remember I tried one and it was like I was like, dude, I'm gonna need a fucking insulin shot after that. And it was just one sip. He's like, yeah, I add sugar to it because I'm trying to gain weight. I was like, holy shit. Don't give yourself diabetes. Please don't give yourself diabetes. Not fun. Not fun. Yeah, and then let's pour one out for our lactose intolerant friends, because oat milk and fucking almond milk and cashew milk, none of that shit hits the same as real milk. I'm sorry, but it doesn't. Although I do get you can buy lactose-free milk and it tastes pretty similar. Yeah, lactate. I was just about to say that. Lactose-free milk is pretty solid. No, oat milk tastes great. It just doesn't compare in terms of, you know, everything about it. I started chewing Double Bubble due to work stress to not stress eat instead. I like to, I can't say this word. I can't say the word suck, so I'm not going to. I like to put ice cubes in my mouth sometimes if I'm like really badly craving anything and I don't want to eat, or if I'm fasting or something. I just chug a shit ton of water and then just put a few ice cubes in my mouth and it goes away. Yeah, I used to do that too, Dave, until I found out it's like horrific for your teeth to chew on ice all the time. Like my dentist told me it's really, really bad for your tooth enamel to do that. Yes, Fairlife is fucking great. Anytime we, around Thanksgiving is the only time we usually have friends over and cook like a really excellent homemade meal. And we always use lactate, or we use Fairlife milk in the mashed potatoes. That way, if people are lactose intolerant, they can still eat it. Kerrygold butter with a shit ton of salt and pepper and really, really high quality potatoes. And Bridget actually uses a cake mixer. This is a genius invention. A genius idea, I should say, not an invention, but she uses a cake mixer. So she'll, you know, peel the potatoes, throw them all into a big bowl, crush them up lightly with a fork, and then cake mix all of it together. So it makes it super smooth. It's awesome. I'm sorry, Space Junk. Look, you guys did it to me first. So I have the right to turn the joke around on you and make you hungry as well. My teeth are sensitive as shit since I ground my teeth for years with no retainer. Yes, so I did hear about the Kerrygold butter thing. They're also kind of in hot water right now because it turns out their marketing is bullshit. They put on the packaging that their cows are 100% grass-fed, but it turns out they're not grass-fed and finished. So when you get the final butter product from the cows, they could have been fed something that's like full of soy. And they weren't clear about that. They lie on the packaging and say that it comes from grass-fed cows, but they're not 100% grass-fed. So they won a lawsuit that says, well, we didn't say 100% grass-fed and finished, so technically we weren't providing misinformation, and they won the lawsuit. Every time I see mashed potatoes, I get flashbacks to the sludge in school cafeterias. Yeah. Grass-fed and grass-finished are different things. Grass-fed means that for the majority of their life on whatever farm they grew up on, they ate grass. And grass-finished means that as they were prepping to create whatever product it was, whether they were preparing to butcher the animal and make steak, or cut up the steaks, or they were planning to get milk from the animal, or use that to make butter or cheese, the final week or 2 weeks before they got the product from the animal is what it means by finished. So the final week to 2 weeks before they determine that they're ready to get the product from them is what that means. So if it doesn't specifically say grass-fed and finished, it means that the final couple weeks before they actually got the product, they could have been fed whatever. That's why grass-fed and finished meat is so much more expensive. Imagine marketing the product by what the cows already eat in the first place, grass. Yeah, because most cows are fed like weird fucking grain products and a bunch of hormones and shit to make them grow faster. It's like chickens. Chickens are pumped full of a bunch of fucking growth hormones that make them grow like abnormally large super fast so that they can get more meat off of each one. Why is grass-fed preferable? Because there's no like weird artificial byproducts that you're eating, and it's what the cows should be eating in the first place. That's the only thing I would say. It doesn't taste awful to me, and the big difference I notice is I can digest it super easy. Back in the day when I first tried carnivore, I was buying like Walmart ground beef, and I would try to eat a large quantity of it, and it was just like a fucking brick in my stomach, dude. It was miserable. I felt terrible. Oh, dear God. You trolled me, dude. You epically trolled me, dude. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know. With grass-fed, though, I can legit just sit and eat a pound of grass-fed beef. I know some of you guys probably think that's nasty. But when you do carnivore enough, like, your body just craves it big time. Like, you literally don't even get bored of beef. You could just cook beef and eat beef all day, every day. When you're in that mindset and you're in that mentality, your body just craves it big time. I like my beef infused with radioactive byproducts, 5G rays, and the new COVID strain. Oh, you're just trying to get all the boxes ticked, aren't you? Just get them all out the way. Jokes on. Oh, never mind. I even avoid beef most days. I want to believe that I help a bit on decreasing greenhouse gases. Yeah, despite my diet of very, very high amounts of beef and eggs since probably February of this year. Yeah, I mean, I've seen the conditions at some of those farms and the way that animals are butchered, and obviously it's not ideal. So it's not like I'm a fan of the way that things are done. It's just, unfortunately, the way that it is. I as an individual, can only do so much to prevent that. I just know, listen, I'm not a dietary expert. I'm not a nutrition expert. The only thing I will say is listen to your body and do what works for you. That's it. And if nothing you try is working, consult a professional. One thing about being a parent, you'll be required to think ahead about the environment, as you don't want your child to live in a dystopia. That's true. Yeah. I can only imagine Seehee in his own Silent Hill seeing 5G towers everywhere and a human-sized syringe. Yeah, so if you guys don't know, the real voice actor for the original James Sunderland in the year 2000, like, posted a bunch of 5G conspiracy stuff. So that's why the joke. I wish I was making that up, but he did. And because he did that, people made a bunch of memes about it. Like, a ton. Yeah, so, you guys know Swix, right? Well, I was in YOLO's stream, and Swix told me... Oh, never mind. I'm not going to get into this conversation. Long story short, we're going to be playing some different types of games after October that are not strictly horror, because a lot of people have told me they want to see that, and the first one is going to be... We're going to revisit Life is Strange. We're going to start episode 1 and go all the way to the end. We're playing Silent Hill 2 Remake tonight. And actually, I need to go ahead and get the green screen set up, and let's just go ahead and jump right into it. What do you say? Five Nights at Freddy's 1 through 5. I say let's do this too. That's what I fucking say. Let's do it. Yes, Life is Strange after October, of course, because October our emphasis is going to be on horror. But here, now, a little different. Yes, I'm a fan of Life is Strange 1. Okay. So the green screen filter is on, so all I have to do is raise it. So let me do that. Well, in all fairness to you, Adipie, what I will say is the first episode is incredibly slow, and I'm not the biggest fan of like the first half hour to an hour of episode 1. But once you get to the end of episode 1 and into episode 2, it gets really, really good. And it pretty much every episode gets better from there. Oh, damn. That pretty much was a first try. Any first tryers in the chat room? Any first tryers in the chat room? Personally, I've never tried. And I respect that. I respect the fuck out of that. I respect having never tried TBH. No, we're already done, dude. We're done. Yeah, I finally figured out a way to not be a degenerate idiot and actually set this up proper. You meant to say lame, but llama works? Wow, dude. Wow. I can't believe you would say such. Alright, well, we're set up. Let me jump into the category. Oh, dude, that little bit of fucking, like, you see that fuzz? I thought that was my green screen. It's actually in the game. What the fuck? Finishing tonight? Maybe. We'll definitely play a couple more hours. I mean, this is my new Game Plus run, so I really want to try to get in water. To be honest with you. Okay. Oh yeah, we're at Otherworld Hospital. Dude, this is like the best quality I've ever had. On God, for real, no cap. In water is the only ending I've seen. I got leave on my first playthrough. Challenge runs, sure. Dude, this game is going to be regular in the rotation for a very long time. There's no doubt about that. See, look, it even has the mesh. You can see through the mesh now. In the past, you could see like the green through the mesh. I even figured that out. Unlocking the secrets, dude, of shit that I should have known years ago. Anyways, let's play video game. What are we like doing here, dude? Whoa, it's just like in real life. It's just like in real life. Oh my God, we're playing Silent Hill, dude. Oh, I already looted this room. I already looter-shootered this room. I 100% brute force my way through this section. Just a little... Yeah, I don't like Otherworld Hospital. This is like my least favorite part of the game. I ran past a bunch of my enemies on first playthrough too, so I do not judge you for that, dude. Oh, shit. That is the green screen. So you see that? That's the light being too harsh on the screen down there. So I had to move that out of the way. Now it's fixed. Yeah, when the light's too harsh on the screen, you get that spotlighting. Oh, we're good now, I think. Can't complain. Wait. Oh God. Me ask again. I got a budget of $100 for headphones. Any recommendations? Only for casual use. Wireless is optional. If you're talking about ones to use at your desktop, get the Sonys. Get the Sony MDR7506s. You'll love those. They're very, very good. You will be very, very happy with those, dude. Yeah, Sony MDR7506. I'm just letting it get the brightness right again. Okay, that should fix it. There we go. Insert random comment about Dave beating this game several times. Yeah, dude, Dave beat me to the punch this time around. I'm usually the resident Silent Hill expert, but he's been coaching me all about this shit. What do you think of the green screen, Yolo? I think your stream would look sick with one, but it's kind of tough to integrate into fighting games because no matter where the fuck you put it, you're going to be blocking one part of the screen off. Okay, what the fuck? I guess I have to go on the elevator. Just wandering around aimlessly like a dumb fuck right now. Jimmy James Sunderland. Think I gotta find a camera I like before I even think about that. It's Stamp's fault. How is it my fault, dude? That you went full degen mode on this game specifically. If you said the original, I would believe you, but not this. Not like this. Because you played it and it looked cool? Wow, so you're just passing the buck, aren't you? You're just passing the buck. That is, you know, that is so typical, Dave. That is so typical. Insta360 is good. The Kio Pro is also good. The Kio Pro Ultra, I should say. And also the Elgato Face Cam 4K, I think it's called. Is also very, very good. Either of those are solid options. This game is very quiet. I need to fix that. Oh my. Swinging at me like a crackhead right now. Oh, you piece of shit, dude. One more shot to the knee. That'll do. Yes, Elgato Facecam 4K and Kio Pro Ultra. Needs to be the Ultra. Those are both 4K options that are $300 each. But they go on sale frequently, and since we're coming up on Black Friday, keep a lookout for those, okay? Insta360 is also great. But yes. No, that's not a bad decision, Adapie. I know some people that use old phones, like Josh Wood. He uses that for like his if he's doing like model building streams or whatever. He uses that for like his desk. We're not gonna talk about that, dude. That was terrible. I was giving product recommendations, man. How you gonna roast me over that? Got me some slack. God damn, you guys have high standards. So you're saying I have to be frame perfect at all times? Yeah, the Insta360 was the first webcam that people looked at and were like, hey, this is actually like an affordable option that is not a fucking DSLR. I use a DSLR, no, it's not a DSLR. It's an ASPC, it's not a full frame, but it's a 16:9 cropped frame, which is the Sony A6100. I don't recommend it, dude. You gotta like worry about overheating issues, and honestly, the quality at the bitrate that Twitch allows is not gonna utilize that quality anyways. So yeah, it's like, it's cool and everything, but it can be tough to use because there's a lot of stuff you have to keep in mind. I actually had overheating issues with this fucking thing when I first got it, and I had to disable some setting that was like shutting it off automatically once it reached a certain internal temperature. You gotta buy a dummy battery to make sure it stays on at all times. It's annoying to deal with. Oh, how we danced, arms flailing, our bodies in perfect synchrony, and the music played. But in any dance, there comes a time one must take the lead, and the music got louder and louder, pounding, piercing, and then silence. Yeah, he does some model building streams every now and then. Like, if I could repurchase my camera, I would 100% go with like the Elgato Facecam Pro 4K. You can't just keep it plugged in. No, Diddy. You can. Yeah, that's what I do. So it has an HDMI going out into my capture card, and that's what you're seeing, the feed from that. But it also has a cord that's connected to a fake battery that I then plug into the wall. And then that way you just turn it on and it never turns off. But without the dummy battery, it'll shut off after the timeout expires. Which on these is like 2 hours. So every 2 hours the camera would shut off and you'd have to turn it back on and redo your zoom and shit. But with the dummy battery, it stays on forever. It's kind of stupid how they have the solution to the puzzle right fucking there, but okay. So yeah, that's an extra thing you have to buy. And then of course there's like lenses, like some streamers get really particular about the lenses and shit that I don't care about a lens, dude. I don't give a fuck. I just use the lens that came with the thing. Like once you get into those lenses where it blurs the background and you get that nice bokeh, like that's way too rich for my blood, dude. I don't need any shit like that. Just add a blur filter to your stream if you really want that. There we go. Yeah, White Claudia is a new Game Plus item. It's the drug that they give to tourists that come through. Or at least it was in Silent Hill 1. Look at this. They like hide up against the wall. Fuck you, bitch. Nope. James Leatherface Sunderland running through the hospital at high speeds with a chainsaw. He is the scariest fucking thing in the game right now. Oh, my fucking eye won't stop itching, dude. I'm getting that weird thing. You guys ever get that shit where when you're looking at a screen for too long, your eye starts to twitch? It's not like fucking up or anything. It's just my eyelid is like twitching and it won't stop. Fucking annoying. I'm trying to game at levels never before seen, dude. Although, oh, YOLO, I was gonna say, if you want to go the Sony route, you can do the Sony A5100 on eBay. You can do the same shit, dummy battery, everything. Or the A6000 is very affordable now if you get them used secondhand to use them the same way I'm doing. You just have to connect them to a capture card, which is kind of a bitch. And another reason why I say I don't recommend it. You need a capture card, you need a fucking dummy battery. You just need so much additional shit to make this work that, like, for the quality difference it affords you for something like one of those 4K options that exists now, it's kind of more hassle than it's worth in a lot of ways. It's kind of like those people that still run 2 PC setups now when they're really not necessary. That's kind of the equivalent solution there. Like a 2 PC setup in 2024 is completely unnecessary, but some people still do it just for the flex. Like, you do you, I guess, but I'll be over here not routing my audio cables to a whole other computer just to hope that it gives me an extra 2 frames per second in Soylent Hill 2. Oh my. What the? I got fucking puked on, dude. Bitch. You didn't know what was a thing? 2 PC? Oh yeah, everybody used to do 2 PC streaming. Because back in the day, the only option for encoding was X264, which is very CPU intensive. And it was not viable to run a PC and also stream on the same PC when you have to use the CPU to do both. Play a game and stream. And so people started naturally using two computers to get that job done. one capture computer that could be significantly weaker, and one gaming computer that was like kitted out with the proper specs and everything. What do you think about that, Nooch? What do you think about that, Nooch? Did I redeem myself yet, dude? That was sick. That movement was smooth. Oh, is this another one? Fuck you, dude. Yeah, James Keanu Reeves, Sunderland. Key of Bliss. More shotgun shells. Although on hard, most of the pickups are like one shell at a time, which I get. I mean, they don't want to. They want to make sure shit's not too easy for you, but it is kind of annoying. Dude, YOLO, like, that's my thing, dude. If you want to talk to somebody who's fucking tested virtually every type of product there is out there, just hit me up, dude. I got recommendations for days. I know I've done all the fucking trial and error, so nobody else has to do it. I tell people that all the time, so you got questions about anything stream related, hit me up, dude. I got you. Settings too. I know a lot about different settings, how to optimize performance and whatnot. I know you know a lot about that too. I'm just saying. Okay, so we got to get back to... Oh my god, my fucking eye, dude. I got to get back to that one room with the like dummy patient. Oh, it was back up here. Can I make your MacBook less janky for streaming? Yes, what you're going to want to do is get a lighter and just burn it. Just make sure you're in a safe place when you do so. Sweep up the scraps and flush them down the toilet. And then purchase a Windows computer. It's a pretty easy 3-step solution. So there you go. I'm so stupid, dude. Anyways. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. I need it back here. Now, if you're wondering why I'm running around at low HP, it's because I'm intentionally trying to get the in-water ending this time. Steam OS is the future. Yes, said absolutely fucking nobody. Actually, no, Gabe Newell probably said that at a bullshit press conference, but we all know the truth. That sure as hell ain't happening. Lapis iKey. I'm always under the impression that iPhone users are also Mac users. Hell no, dude. I'm an iPhone user, but I would never get a Mac. It's just too limiting for the shit that I want to do. There's a lot of applications. Like my mixer, the Go XLR, it's 100% incompatible with Mac OS. It is just simply not compatible. And as far as I know, it never will be. Like, how fucked is that, dude? Like, why would I bother? Seriously, why would I bother using the shit if it's just incompatible? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Space Junk. Like, it's just too limiting for the stuff that I want to do personally. Like, I get why people use it. But, yeah. I legit couldn't use, like, half the equipment I'm using right now. The Roland Bridgecast, I think, is supported on Mac, but it's buggy as fuck, so that's a whole other conversation. It's just, not ideal. That's for sure. In fact, quite far from ideal. Now, where the fuck do I use the Lapis iKey? It's gotta be down here. Same sentiment with iPhone, hence the impression. Yeah. Well, I mean, with my phone, I just have a very simplistic approach to my phone. I don't need my phone to have any fancy bells and whistles. I use my phone for texting, Facebook Messenger, because I have older people in my family that refuse to get actual cell phone numbers, and they do all their messaging on, like, an iPad and Facebook. Discord, and YouTube and Twitch. That's all I use my phone for. I don't play games on my phone. I don't do any other shit. I use like 5 apps. That's it. And music, of course. I definitely am a big Apple Music user. And Tidal. Penguin. Yeah, and because I only use a handful of apps, that's why I'm really not concerned about having an Android. I freely admit that Androids most of the time have better screens, better features, more advanced features, better refresh rates, battery life, etc. I just don't need that. If you're like a power user and your phone is like a mobile office to you, you're probably going to love those features and that's for you. But for me, I don't need all that. I'm good. I too prefer FB Messenger. It's nice, but like I said, the only reason I use it is because older people in my family refuse to get actual numbers. Oh, is that it? Oh no, it just doesn't open. That's great. Sorry for checking the map so damn much. That's just kind of what I do. Maybe the pharmacy? Yeah, WhatsApp is very popular in foreign countries. Like they laugh and scoff at our whole blue-green bubble situation because most people in foreign countries just use WhatsApp and don't give a fuck about that. But in America, it's like a big conversation that everybody's like, oh, I like the blue bubbles and the green bubbles is the whole reason why I don't buy an Android. And everybody else is like, are you fucking crazy? That's the reason you're not buying an Android? Unfortunately, for some people, yes, it is. And I promise you I'm not making this up. On dating apps, if you don't tell a girl that you have an iPhone, they consider that to be an ick. And I wish I was making that up, but I'm not. They genuinely find that to be a red flag when you have an Android. So some guys get iPhones strictly for that. Very fucking bizarre. Dude, I'm just in an endless loop. A nightmare that I can't wake up from. Imagine getting judged for your phone. Dude, it's a real thing. Just look it up, dude. It's a real thing. I went to Bart Baker's channel yesterday. Crazy how you can laugh so much at something when you're young and cringe relentlessly when older. True. I mean, we laughed at a lot of very cringy content back in the day. Look at fucking Fred Figglehorn, dude. Fred Figglehorn was one of the largest YouTube channels when I was growing up, and that's some of the cringiest shit you will ever see. Even the guy who made it said that he literally can't go back and watch the videos because it's like physical pain. That's how cringy it is. But that was the first YouTube channel to ever hit 1 million subs. Did you guys know that? A fucking YouTube milestone. The first channel to ever hit 1 million subs. And as far as I know, he didn't even like publicize it or anything. It just happened and he just continued uploading. You want to talk about one of the real darkest things to ever happen on YouTube? What about the fucking Fred movie? The Fred movie and the Smosh movie are like two of the worst YouTube things that have ever, well, existed, period. They're both goddamn terrible. Absolutely atrocious. And there's no excuse for their existence. Dude, how am I so lost? It's because I'm more focused on fucking yapping than actually finding out where to go. Bum, 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 bum. Usually when I'm this lost, it means there's a wall or something that I haven't climbed. Oh. I guess having an iPhone is going to put me ahead of the supermodel with an Android. Well, I'm not even saying that. It's just like, that's a real thing, I promise. I'm not even making that up, dude. I wish I was, because it's ridiculous, but yeah, it's a real thing. That some women on dating apps say, like, don't date a guy with an Android, that's a red flag. And I'm like, how? But it's a real thing. Oh yeah, that is insane. And it's an RE4 remake port as well. Like, what the fuck, dude? How does that work? Well, that's where I needed to go. Now, my biggest con with this port, or not port, but my biggest con with this whole remake is PC performance. If I were to really critique one major thing about it, I think PC performance is, like, virtually unacceptable. Hey, what's up, Myra? Yeah, I genuinely think PC performance is, like, unacceptable. It needs to be patched big time. Now, they already got the bag, so I don't know if they're going to patch shit. A lot of people already are under the impression they won't even bother patching stuff, and they might be right. Just need to get the ice pick for the puzzle. You can Google the codes. Nah. I got the lapis eye key already. That goes here, I believe. Yeah. Over one, yeah, it sold really well, but yeah, some people, I saw like, there's this guy named Punchy who's a really, really good Silent Hill speedrunner, and somebody in his chat was like, bro, they already got the bag, they're not fixing shit, and I was like, I don't know, dude. I feel like they will give us at least one performance patch. It would be insane if they didn't. Like, it would be a very, very bad look if they didn't even bother to patch the shit. But who knows? Maybe they really don't give a fuck. Maybe they're just like, whatever. We think it performs well enough, and we're just gonna focus on new projects. And like, okay, I guess we can't say anything then, because you guys are just kind of over it. They very well could come out and just say that, you know. Yeah, that's what I said the other day, Adipie. I said I would imagine, like, if/when Born from a Wish gets released, that's probably when we'll see our first performance patch. Oh, that was fucking... That was a crispy shot right there. Alright, now how did they change this puzzle? I'm curious to know. I know where I need to go. Hello? I was gonna say, that's definitely a breakable wall. Why was it not? Very weird. Bum, 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 bum. Oh my god, what a tank. Holy shit, dude. Yeah, that's a good point, Adipie. That is definitely what they're getting at there. Kind of similar to the egg, the whole egg thing from later game. I definitely need at least one of these. But yeah, I would imagine if Born from a Wish does get officially released the way that people think that it will, that will probably be, that'll probably be when we get our major performance patch. Like, give it a nice performance patch, make some improvements there, and then at the same time, give us the first DLC. I think that'd be the smart way to go about it. Because as it is, the performance is playable, but still unacceptable in my opinion. Especially when we got people using like 4090s that can't even get like 80 FPS on 4K. Like a 4090 should be able to run fucking 8K at 60. And I'm not even just saying that. Like, genuinely, that's the type of power we're talking about in that hardware. A 4090 should be able to at least do 8K 30, but instead it can barely do 4K 60. Did the Scarlet and Rusted Egg doors affect the ending in the OG also? I don't think so, no. I think your ending was mostly already determined at that point. The last thing that determined your ending was whether or not you listened to Mary's speech in that long hallway. That was the very last thing that determined your ending in the original game. But I think the way you played up to that point did the majority of the determination there, as far as the actual code was concerned. What the? What the fuck was that, dude? I definitely shot. I 100% shot. That was horseshit. And using, yes, using the spray before you kill Maria. True and real, by the way. Any truers in the chat? Any truers in the chat room? Oh yeah, I forgot. You just have to... Well, there's no items this way, so let's just go immediately in here and do all this shit. Do you have to break the wall, though? Getting the Maria ending in the remake is still a headache. Yeah, dude, Maximilian, dude, got it on his first playthrough. Oddly enough. Got it on his very first playthrough. Fuck you. Should not take 2 shotgun shells just to take one of them down. Still kind of a good strategy to shoot the legs. Sweep the leg, you know? It reminds me a lot of Resident Evil Village performance when it first came out. It was playable, but very, very janky. And not in, like... It just had very severe frame drops all over the place. Now, it turns out the majority of that was because of De Novo, the anti-piracy shit, but, like, it still was really, really bad on first release. And I'm not nearly the only person to say that. Because it's true. Now, Village has no more performance issues, period, because they finally got rid of that stupid shit. So De Novo is completely gone, but it is still in Resident Evil 4 Remake. They have not removed it from RE4 yet. De Novo, just in a nutshell, it's like an anti-piracy check setup. Like, when you reload a gun, it performs a check to make sure your version of the game was legit, and when certain animations play, it performs a check. And basically every few seconds it's performing this check to make sure that your copy of the game is genuine, and because it's doing that so often, it just destroys performance in every possible way. Like, in every conceivable way, performance is destroyed by De Novo. And that's the biggest fucking issue that everybody has with it. And they just refuse to, like, go about anti-piracy in another way. They just love and refuse to switch off of De Novo for some reason. So we get these RE Engine games on PC with just kneecapped performance for at least the first 2 years. And then usually after the game's been out for 2 full years, then they'll remove it because they don't really care about piracy at that point. But dude, I even remember this controversy about like a cracked version of RE4 Remake around the time that people were using the speedrun that performed way better. I specifically remember people talking about that. So I know it was a thing. Okay, I'm just gonna fucking... Okay. Oh my god, that was the worst aim ever. Okay. Did you see how the one just got frozen? That was so stupid. That was the worst aim ever, but at least I admit it. He doesn't need to give me strats, dude. I discovered the knee thing, like, one of my first times fighting enemies in this game. He's there again, looking, staring. He says he'll drag me there. I don't want to. But yeah, I discovered the whole shooting them in the kneecaps and then smacking them thing, like, very early on playing this game. Apparently Denuvo's main developer... Oh, dear God. Well, I'm not touching that chat message with a 50-foot pole, but that's fucked up. This was the room Maria was in. Yeah, I'm not touching that one. Director's office key. Alright, let's go down and over. Bum 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 bum. There'll be no pain anymore. But yeah, and there was also a conversation in that guy Punchy's chat earlier. I'll wait till after this if there is anything. Anyway, he said that Silent Hill 2 Remake is a great product, but it's not great art. And what he meant by that was there's enough changes that it essentially is not a retelling. It's more like they've reoriented the whole game. All the map design is different. All of the puzzle designs are drastically different. Like it's not quite a remake. It's more of like a reimagination in a lot of ways. So it does detract from the original enough such that you can't really call it a remake, is what he was saying. I kind of agree and I kind of don't. Which is your favorite of the new puzzles? I really like the coin puzzle and the music box puzzle at the end. I think those are really cool. Why even put anti-piracy software at this point when 4 hours later it'll be cracked? Well, apparently it makes it more difficult to get cracked versions of the game. I found 0050 in the ECT room again. This time I checked. He was not appointed for the treatment. How is it possible he got there all by himself? And how would he know to turn the thing on? Somebody's going to answer for this. So close. It will happen. Has to. The other of my biggest criticisms of this game is not being able to manually select which enemies you want to target. That got me killed more times than I care to admit. No targeting and just him like auto-selecting certain targets is very annoying in this game. Very fucking annoying. Jesus, I'm just gonna have to fucking go through it, dude. Oh, dear God. I knew they were gonna be there. It's not like I didn't know, but I'm just dodging into nothing. Okay. There we go. Whew. That was annoying. You just gotta give yourself a little bit of space and let the crosshair converge like that. Fucking chaos control, dude. I went chaos control on him. Oh, fuck me. Got some shit in my eye. Need the CS headshot redeem for that? No. We don't talk about that clip. It's ancient history, dude. I was very young and naive when that clip happened. Treatment stretcher. Oh, the sound clip. Sure, yeah. Oh, yeah, this thing. Yeah. Can't do anything with it yet, though. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Otherworld Hospital is,
You're pretty good.
definitely not my favorite part of the game. If it wasn't obvious. Too many enemies. Goes on, it way overstays its welcome. There's too many fucking enemies. There's just a lot of annoyances with it. I think I've already been in here. Yes, the hotel has always been my favorite part. The apartments are a little bit of a slog on the original game. It's like, I know I just have so much left of the game to play that it gets kind of annoying. Oh, I thought that was a health drink. Anyway, I saw the part of the wall I need to squeeze through. But, yeah, once you get to the apartments in either version of the game, that's when I'm like, that's definitely my favorite part. Oh, I could have just left here. I'm looking for where that chain connects, though, am I not? Maybe it's 13 or 11. I haven't been in either of those yet. Nope. Well, I guess I kind of was. Because that's here. Where does this take me? I mean, this wouldn't open, would it? No. And these parts to me feel a lot like Homecoming, where you're always like ducking under and squeezing through and like breaking down walls. Like the other world in this game actually reminds me a lot of the way Homecoming did it. And you can take that however you want. I'm not necessarily saying it's a bad thing. It just reminds me a lot of it. I won't rest until they are solved. I won't rest. I can't rest. I don't know anymore. Or I don't know how anymore. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, now the stretcher is gonna work. $9,659. So that's one of our solutions. And then the other one is gonna be that puzzle where we get the combination. So we'll have to see how differently that one's written here. But yeah, Hotel has always been, and probably always will be, my favorite part. It's just so well done in both games. This one, I think it was clear, like evidently clear that they put the most effort into the hotel. Because, you know, you want to finish strong, and they certainly did. They did an excellent job with the hotel. I was impressed virtually my whole way through, which is great. Because you never want a game to start off strong and then, like, lose all of its momentum. So, that was really, really cool to see. Yeah, just like Village, actually. 965. Oh, I didn't. Okay. There we go. Now the only one we got left is the combo lock, so you just look at the chain and just follow the chain. See where it leads, and just follow that shit. Alright, so it's gonna be here. Makes sense, because this is the one segment I haven't been to yet. Out of shotgun ammo, so I'm going to have to take these fights pretty carefully. Going for the leg shots and shit. I kind of want to say OG RE4, but the village part and castle are strong enough you wouldn't be bothered that much on the island section. I really dislike the island part of original Resident Evil 4. It just goes a little bit too Hollywood for me. Hollywood action, you know? with like the slow-mo effects and fucking all kinds of other stuff. Okay, I need to look for ammo first because I remember this shit. They like ambush you once you set that. Or, you know, we could just whip out the chainsaw. There's that. 6. Okay, this might actually be the same. 1 year they've been watching me. So many pills they fed me. When a loud hour comes, I tremble every time the light falls. Yeah, this seems exactly the same, although it doesn't have the image of the combo lock on it, so that's an interesting change. Watch it go dark. Yep, it's still 2. 6 and 2 are 2 of our numbers, and then one of the others is there. Island was ass, and the regenerators were some bitches. Yep. Oh, they give me shotgun shells right here. Is it a 3-pack? It's a 2-pack. Okay. 2-pack SH2R. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna get out the chainsaw, and we're just gonna fucking gimmick it, dude, because it's New Game Plus. It's not that serious anyway. Bitch. Damn, that really is just a one swing, huh? A one swinger. Get the fuck. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Okay, so 2 is the loud hour. The light goes down twice. And there's 6 pills. So 6, 2, 2. And then as far as the memo, one year they've been watching me. So 1, 6, 2, 2. Let's try 1, 6, 2, 2. You piece of shit. What? Where the fuck did this guy come from? Oh, look at that stupid shit. Oh yeah, I can't get back that way. I have to go. Yeah. It's like here. Yeah. Oh no, I can't get back here anymore because that's where I jumped on top of the thing. So we have to go another way to get back. He does look at important things, but still, yeah, there we go. I was gonna say, there has to be an easy way to get the fuck back. So now we just follow the chain back to the main area, and it should be 1622. Yep. That's a really easy puzzle, even on hard. It's like ridiculously easy. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't doing anything weird. This sound is from Silent Hill 3. They stole your lunch. That's fucked up, dude. They stole your lunch. you sue. Sue the pants off of them. It's the American way. Oh yeah, I have to get back to the elevator now. Oh, never mind. I think it's right here. Yeah, it is. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead. -1 credit score. That'd be a true achievement. You'd probably have to work harder to get to a negative credit score than you would to get perfect. Honestly. And I'd respect the hell. I would not respect it, actually. It would be very hard, though. My question is, why does he need the button? Couldn't he just, like, connect the wires?
Everyone, thanks for tuning in.
Tuning in.
Welcome to another exciting edition of Trick or Treat, where you answer our questions correctly and win a prize beyond your wildest dreams. Or you
They made this a little bit less cheap, because in the original game, if you answered this correctly and got everything that he gives you, it breaks the game, genuinely, because he gives you like 60 shotgun shells. You never need ammo for the rest of the game after you do this.
Trick or treat? Excellent. Here's your first question. In the early 1800s, a terrible disease spread across Silent Hill, resulting in the death of many of its inhabitants. Their bodies thrown into the lake to sleep forever in their watery grave. How many souls were lost during the plague? 1, 42, 2, 67, 3, 85. Know the answer? Well, you better hold on to it. You never know when it might come in handy. Now, on to the second question. Follow Sanders Street heading east and further on to the outskirts of town.
This one's 3, if I remember right, as long as they don't change it.
Will take you towards the lumberyard and the cemetery. What is the name of that road? 1, Bachman Road. 2, Munson Street. 3,
Yeah, it's 3.
Wiltsey Road. Did you get that? I sure as hell hope so. And for a third and final question, Silent Hill witnessed a gruesome murder a few years back. A brother and sister were playing in the road when they were attacked and chopped into pieces with an axe. Torn flesh, smashed bones, splattered blood. What a terrible tragedy. What a gruesome end to such innocent lives. One of the victims was a local boy named Billy Locay. But what was the name of the other victim? Billy's sister. 1, Miriam. 2, Heather. 3, Julia. Well, that's the last of our questions.
2, 3, 1, right?
If so, fantastic. The time will soon come to collect your prizes. But be careful. If you're wrong,
Yeah, that's a little Easter egg.
looks like that's all the
I showed the room 106 at the hotel stuff too, where you can see Douglas's hat and all that stuff.
somewhere, sometime, in sickness or in health. Bye-bye.
What the hell was that?
Whoa, you can see like everything floating up. You see that? Alright, I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quick, you guys. I'll be right back. Yep, because as you guys know, every single stream I take a puke break. Every single stream. I don't miss a stream when I take these puke breaks, dude. You know this if you've been here a while. You simply know this. Pum 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 pum. Healthy break one. Yeah, exactly, dude. Once a day is completely normal. Considered. Bro, how many? Okay. The coffee did some bowel damage. It did not, in fact. I'm used to significantly more than that. Wow, that was so cheap. That mannequin really thought it was being sneaky there, huh? Said nope. Oh yeah, don't we find Maria down here? Maria running amok. Like the clown she is. Whoa, oh, Jesus. I'm just gonna go for it. Yeah, do your little dance, buddy. Get it out of the way so that we can move the fuck on. Little dance. Here's somebody heavy stepping. Okay. Wait, I was gonna say, did I just circle the whole fucking basement? But I did not. Yep.
James.
There she is, bringing her hysterics and drama.
Maria, I thought... Sorry. Anyway, I'm glad you're alive.
Anyway? What do you mean, anyway?
You know what I mean.
Killed back there. I have never been so scared in my whole life. All you care about is that dead wife of yours. You couldn't care less about me, could you?
I just met you.
And stay with me.
That's what kills me about her.
You're supposed to take care of me.
Why are we supposed to take care of her? We just fucking met her. I know what she is and all that, but like this makes very little sense.
So what about Laura? You found her?
Yeah, but she ran away.
What? Well, we have to find her.
Yeah, you really seem to care about that girl. Do you know her?
I saw the Maria ending on Max's stream. They did a good job with it.
I'd never met her before. I just feel sorry for her. She's all alone and... I don't know, for some reason I feel like it's up to me to protect her.
Nope.
Come on, let's
I refuse. I think if you hold it in her face, she asks if you're All right, so we got Maria now. We've got the copper ring. We just need one more ring. We need the brass ring or silver ring or something. But we get that by going up to the day room, I believe. Which is on the first floor. Yeah. Yeah, well, the Maria ending is essentially just him giving in to his delusion. And he's like, this time it'll work. You know, this time I can right all my wrongs. But when she starts coughing at the end, it's an indicator that no, you can't, because she's still doomed to die anyway. So by even choosing Maria, you've already made a really bad mistake, because you can't fix things with her. He just wants to pretend to have a wife again for as long as she stays alive after they leave. So it shows a lot of desperation and a lot of delusion, that ending. To just give in to a manifestation, essentially.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, she just needs to smoke some pot and she'll be fine. You heard it here first.
What are you talking about?
I'm trying to keep things light, James. Just humor me.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, is the fridge on this floor? Why is he walking so fucking slow? Oh, it is. It's right here.
Is that what I think it is?
Wait, what was that big? Did he mark the pool in red? Yeah, he did. That's weird. Maybe because it's filled in. He was marking it as inaccessible, pretty much.
Having trouble there?
Yeah. You think you could give me a hand?
Nope.
Me? You're supposed to be the big man around here. How's a little girl like me supposed to help? Fine.
You know, ever since Dr. Red said it, I can't unsee it, but he said, like, it seems like the heads are a little bit too big in this game, and now that he said that, I can't unsee it. It's true. It's like there's big head mode on or something. They need to be ever so slightly smaller for the scale to be right.
Here, why don't you take it?
And for some reason it's not. It's very bizarre to look at.
Thanks.
So, where to now?
Come on.
I was just looking at the preview.
I know where those rings belong.
Yep. That's why he links it to Lord Farquaad. Yeah, something ain't right. That's for sure. Something simply does not look right. I think here we just leave. Just go back the same way we came. Just do a quick check here and make sure there's nothing to pick up, because there should be. But, you know, playing through it a second time, Otherworld Hospital doesn't take as long as I originally thought. They mustn't know. By the way, Dave, you probably know, what do all these numbers on the back of these photos mean? Is this just, are you supposed to get like numbers 1 through 100 or something? Is that what they mean, or is it not that simple? Is there some place where you can enter the numbers? I don't know anything about these photos. Yeah, I don't either, dude. It's confusing. I don't know what the deal is with them. On God, for real, low key, but also high key. But also middle of the road key. The Patients will become the diagnosis scheduled for them when they'll make recovery, as my aim is always for the entire personnel, especially when their symptoms will become receding with effective treatment. Like some of them you can tell, but others are just a mystery. Yeah. I don't know what those numbers are supposed to mean. Or if they even mean anything. It's possible they don't, after all. Maybe they really don't mean shit. Yeah, we were already down here. This is where we started. Oh, yeah. Now, Dave, can you confirm to me that this is 231? Because I was not lit. I'd had my headphones off when he... I know that the question 2 and 3 are 3-1. Hey, what's up, Dr. Red? 231, yes? Okay. Nice. Yeah, this is nowhere near as busted in the original as in the original game, but it's still worth it. Big time. Doc, you're fired as what? A mod? Is that what you're saying? He's fired as a Twitch mod? Nah, I wouldn't fire Dr. Red. He's the homie big time. I wouldn't fire Dr. Red over something so petty. He does what I should be doing, and that is prioritizing his sleep schedule over streaming. Unfortunately, I haven't got the memo on how to do that yet.
What is that? James,
What's wrong?
let's just get out of here, okay?
Oh, he's referencing WWE. Okay. Vinnie McMahon. Dude, Vince McMahon, his #1 strength was just bringing comedic and absurd sketches to the WWE. Like that was the main thing he did that
Wanted to get out of here.
that brought money in.
No, it's just something doesn't feel right.
Come on. It's gonna be fine.
His acting works wonders too. Yeah, he also was in a lot of them, like the whole Booker T thing, and I can't remember if it was Booker T, but that's the one where he was like, Hulk Hogan, we're coming for you, and then he says the N-word, and he like puts his head in his hands because he knows he wasn't supposed to say that. And like the women that were pretending to be like on his arms, like part of his, groupies or whatever, they're like looking around trying not to laugh. It's so stupid. It is done. Sick no more. You've heard of Faith no more. What about Sick no more? I think I made that joke the first playthrough as well. I'm sorry. I love this part. Harlem Heat was a dope tag team though. See, I don't know a ton about wrestling. I just know like the big names. I know like The Rock and Hulk Hogan and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Dude, Stone Cold Steve Austin merch was everywhere when I was growing up. Like every fucking person in school had a Stone Cold Steve Austin 316 shirt. That dude has probably sold more merch than any other wrestler in human history.
Run!
Do I have to shoot Pyramid Head in this? I don't remember. No, I think she stays ahead of me the whole time in this, so we don't have to do that. Which is nice. It's so weird how she stays ahead of you, and then magically they switch places. Like magically they switch places at the very end. It's very jank. See, like I'm a whole 2-3 steps behind her, and then just watch.
An elevator!
What the fuck? Like they just switch. What the hell, dude? Oh yeah, Degeneration X. I remember seeing that a lot. I remember seeing that a ton. I like how they did that scene too. She's running to Black Friday deals. Wow, she's gonna go spend James's hard-earned money. That was a really well done cutscene. Yeah, and I know that, you know, the thing that's kind of annoying is there's going to be like 1,000,001 video essays about this game. Get ready, you guys, because it's only been, what, I think 2 full weeks since the game came out. But get ready, they're all in the production process right now. You know, give it a week or so, and we're going to start seeing the 2-hour-long video essays dropping about this game left and right. Left and fucking right, they'll be dropping. No question about it. I love the window here with the rain. The performance in this section is horrific. Like, everybody, no matter how good their GPU experiences it. The potential for this illness exists in all people and under the right circumstances. Any man or woman would be driven like him to the other side. The other side perhaps may not be the best way to phrase it. After all, there is no wall between here and there. It lies on the borders where reality and unreality intersect. It is a place both close and distant. Some say it isn't even an illness. I cannot agree with them. I'm a doctor, not a philosopher or even a psychiatrist, unlike the director. But sometimes I have to ask myself this question. It's true that to us, his imaginings are nothing but the inventions of a busy mind, but to him there simply is no other reality. Furthermore, he's happy there. So why, I ask myself, why in the name of healing must we drag him painfully into the world of our own reality? Very Twilight Zone-esque memo there. Got no more tears to shed. What a touch. Yeah, it just universally, I think it has something to do with the fact that the hospital is being rendered while all of this shit outside is being rendered too, and the rain effects and everything. But yeah, it just destroys everybody's performance in here. There's nothing you can do about it. Like, even, like I said, even people with like 3090s and 4090s and really, really high tier CPUs experience it too. So there's just no way around it. I'm good. I'm good on this game for right now. I think I've been playing this game a little bit too much because between you guys and me, I'm starting to get a little bit tired of it. I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, I'm going to try to stream as many nights as I possibly can until the end of October because I've got absolutely nothing else going on for the foreseeable future. I will need to take one of my cats in to get re-upped on his shots, but that's pretty much it. Outside of that, I don't have really shit all else to do for the rest of October, so I'll try to be live almost every single night. Gonna try to get 5 more of my VODs uploaded tonight before I go to bed, but if anybody wants to join the Discord and you haven't yet, there's the link. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and break the chains on room 302 in 3, 2, 1. I really need to put this chat in a better place, by the way. Because it just, no matter where I put it, it just doesn't look right. And it's just covering information. But anyways.